Jingle bells. No, like, oh my God, Trey's song. Oh God. That song's about black people. Oh God. I don't know about all that. I don't just take random bullshit anymore like I used to. I used to just believe anything a motherfucker would say, but then after a while you start getting more learned and you're like, man, this is a crock of shit. So anyway, we're just gonna do randoms. You guys are just gonna be listening to random videos. And I'm just gonna give, my endpoint, my 2 cents on them. That's why you ain't gonna see no screen or nothing. But yeah, let's go. Let's start off with Brandon Jamal, right? Isn't that his name? Mr. You're a Single Mom. This is a good one.
And extends. When brothers and sisters have an opinion that disagrees from the hive mind of Negroes, and they say things like they'll never accept you, or they accuse us of wanting to be white. I think you people want to be white. I think you blacks want to be white so bad. I've never heard a conservative black person or a black person who thinks differently than American black people say they want to be white. I've never heard a black person who hangs out with white people say they want to be white.
True.
They just like what they like. I think you people want to be white because why does changing races even cross your mind? It crosses your mind all the time. Y'all are just like the women who project their libiquitous experiences onto the men that they argue with. Because we know damn well women be going outside, touching on each other when they get liquored up. They got that friend that's always trying to eat that box when they go out.
Pervert.
So they assume it's a dude out there amongst the bros who be on that libiquitous activity as well. So they project. That's what y'all do. When black people disagree with black people, you project your feelings of wanting to be white onto them. When brothers and sisters have
an opinion, I have to agree. And this is one of the reasons that I don't deal with Pan-Africans and all that stuff anymore. Because that's what I realized. I realized they want to be white people. They talk all this African stuff all they want. But they practice racism, which they got from white people. They practice separation, which they got from white people. They're always using white people information like DNA tests and all their history books and stuff. So it's like, excuse me, to me, they pretty much are wannabe whites. Excuse me. And he also made a good point about it's a female, it's very feminine, to always think somebody wants to be somebody else because their opinions are not with the crowd. And always remember, guys, I want you to feel good about yourselves in your one life. The crowd is very faddish. Crowds normally are going with the fads. Fads come and go. So there's no solidified foundation with the crowd, and there never was. And it's like the crowd needs to realize that they're actually a disservice more than a service, because for one, they can't think for themselves. That's why they're going with the crowd. They don't have the bravery to stand up on their own too. That's why they're going with the crowd. It's sad, but it's whatever. Let me see something. Where is that? Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk about this one too. The Nicki Minaj, doing what she's doing to get her brother or her husband apart. I swear, whoever even thought of that is such like trash. Like you're such a trash person. You're just trash. Like, period. And you think you're saying something so deep, and you think you're so smart. You're just trash. Hold on.
I forgot real quick. I had to do my due diligence, right? Nicki Minaj securing a Trump pardon for her brother and husband. That's the rumor, right? Listen, sorry to break the news to you and bust your bubble, but her brother, his charges is state charges. President Trump can't pardon that. her husband. His original rape charge is a state charge. Trump can't pardon that. Now, he did get locked up by the feds for moving to California and didn't register as a sex offender, and that was a federal charge. But if Trump could pardon that for you not registering, all right. But your original charge as a rapist is not getting pardoned, like no matter how hard she go, because it's a state case, just like her brother. It's a state case. So that's debunked. Try again. Come with something new.
Got the ghetto gospel. Oh yeah, got the.
Now the sad thing about that is these blacks love to perpetuate thug life, but they don't even understand the court system. So he's just explaining to you that it's like Trump can't pardon those cases anyway, even if that was what you guys are saying, that those are state cases. They're not federal. Like, think about it. Isn't it state judges that are trying to stop Trump from doing certain things, and he has to go to the Supreme Court, which is the federal court? Okay. He can't stop those judges for doing those subpoenas and all that goofy stuff they're doing. Why? Because it's state. It's state. It's not federal. Okay, so that's the same thing with Nicki Minaj's brother and her husband. There's nothing Trump could do to help him anyway. So who thought of this excuse? Dumb nigger slaves of the Democrats. And that's what we be saying. We need to execute these people. And if we can't execute them, then we need to exile them. They need to not, like, if you're a stupid, dumb bitch with multiple kids from multiple men and you only date scammers and schemers, you shouldn't be able to claim the race. You should say you're an American, but you shouldn't be able to claim you're black. No. We don't accept you, nigger. You're not one of us. And be like, oh my God, you just call me the ER. Yes, because there's potato niggers, red niggers, sand niggers. It's not your fucking word. You guys fell for that when them boule blacks in the 70s start calling you motherfuckers that shit on repeat, and y'all just fell for it. There was no ever decent law-abiding black person in America, Negro, Indigenous, Aboriginal, doesn't matter what you call it, that would literally call themselves a nigger, a nigga. There's no difference. It's called language. E's are silent, okay, but you took off the R and put an A, which is another vowel, so it's like you're still saying the same thing. It's just you change the lettering, so now you feel different about it, but you should feel more like a nigger, because not only do you are like stupid and lazy, but you don't even know how to spell. So it's like, clearly this is a spell. This is why, blacks advocate for crime, and it doesn't benefit them and it doesn't help them in the long run. And it's like, they're just getting worse. It's like, clearly this is some nigger shit. Like, this is a stupid person. So stop, trying to blame the white guy when there's literally a potato nigger. That's an Irish person. There's white niggers. Like, you can look these words up. You guys have to, like, grow the fuck up. Knowledge is power. They've been told you. Get some fucking knowledge. One more, because, or from him. And then I got some other stuff. But this is a good one, too, about the whole Lincoln thing and the 40 acres and a mule. This is good information to have.
Quick history. I got to give a quick history lesson and show y'all how demonic the Democrat donkey's been from beginning of time, and show people how long white people who wasn't racist fought to help us be from slavery all the way to now. Now, when you say this, you got the black people that's out there that will always try to discredit the white people who helped us. They say shit like this. Whoa, bro, I agree with a few things you said, but any help they gave us wasn't help, but more so a way to benefit themselves by helping us. What? So listen, so you're saying, they always say from slavery, the Civil War, then the 300,000 white soldiers, the 200,000 black soldiers that fought this war, it wasn't the free slaves. Nah, they all died. That wasn't for us. It was for some other shit. But, and then Lincoln, he turns around and free us. No, Lincoln didn't really want to free us. He just did that because he just wanted to get the land or some shit. Boom. The guy you saying didn't want to free us, his general, William T. Sherman, tells him, yo, look, give the slaves back their land, the redistribution of the land. He signed it. He gave us back our land, the 40 acres and a mule. We had that. And you want to know what happened when Booth assassinated him for doing too much for black people? for letting us go in slavery and then giving us our land. They clinked his clock. And then the vice president, who was a Democrat, which was Johnson, because it was a union at the time where it could be a Republican president and a Democrat vice president. When they cleaned Lincoln clock, Johnson stepped in, a dirty Democrat, and took all the land back. Did you notice? He went to Virginia, North Carolina, all of slaves, and took the land back. But
so what is that telling you? That's telling you Lincoln is clean. Clearly they were mad because what Lincoln did was he, even before he set the slaves free, he paid the slave masters of the South off. He gave them their money for their slaves. So they had no reason to be mad at all. They got paid back. They were jealous. You give black people all that land, all that cropping. They knew black people were about to run over their monkey ass. So they set up. They sent Booth in there to shoot him. I believe Booth was in cahoots with Johnson, the VP. I believe he knew. I believe they set all that shit up. They set it all up because they know if the president dies, the vice president becomes the new president. Okay, it just so happened he's a Democrat. It just so happens the person who kills Lincoln is Democrat. We see how these dirty motherfuckers play right now. I'm mad because there was something that I had and the tape flew. I thought I had it, but I guess I didn't save it. I'm mad too because it was a white dude. He was saying some real cool shit. He was just saying, "Oh, remember when the COVID days and people had masks and you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that." He was just showing how clearly everybody was retarded for that time. For them years, you guys were all slow as fuck and nobody followed anything that they tried to tell us to do. It's like they didn't follow any of the guards that they're saying because he's like, they didn't want you around people. You couldn't celebrate with your family. You had to be, distance and all the different stuff. But at the same time, it was like a mandatory for you to get vaccinated. If you didn't, you were just like the scum of the earth. But then they would let in 100 million people or, 50 million people or 20 million, whatever, that they knew weren't vaccinated at all. So really, was it about, keeping you guys safe? And no, it wasn't. This was clearly a deploy to get the win for the presidency. Like that's pretty much what it is. They set Trump up. That win was Trump's. Trump was supposed to be the president. Joe Biden, the fucking robot, was never supposed to be in there. He never was. And the only people that really don't see it or don't want to acknowledge it are the retards. Like the people that are here that are slow, bro. These are slow people, and they're all from the left. All people on the left are slow. As far as the racism stuff, if you notice, it's mainly the left that perpetuate that stuff. Just because somebody has a Confederate flag doesn't even mean they're racist. That has a Nazi flag, you could say, is a form of racist. But a Confederate flag, there's black people that wear that flag. Like, what are you talking about? And they be like, oh, them's coon sellouts. How are they coon sellouts from the South and they work on a farm? They're actually physically working. You're the one begging for fucking food stamps, bitch ass bum. Most people that wave the Confederate flag that are black have a job. And they're like hardworking laborers. They're not people that live off the government and sit in these little towns and little bitch ass motherfuckers that complain. So the energy is totally different. This is a good one here.
This man is cooking. Oh, yeah. This man is cooking. Watch this.
Sorry to be so brash, but I have to call a thing a thing. When you look at black culture, who leads it? Women. That's actually a curse. That's not a blessing. That's a curse. In the Bible, in Isaiah, it talks about how you will be persecuted by children. What's going on in the inner cities? Who are the gangs made up? Children. And women will lead you. That's not a blessing. That's a curse. Meanwhile, Roland Martin's walking around with a shirt that says "Vote like a black woman." That's crazy to me. Wearing a shirt that says "Vote like a black woman." Look, you dummy. The reason why black women vote predominantly for a party and for a philosophy that promises handouts, that promises to take care of you, that promises to be your big brother, is because they can't depend on the men in their home. And so it's because you fell asleep at the gate that your women feel they must now vote for a politician to take care of them.
You ain't done more for black people than LBJ did, than Bill Clinton did, than FDR did.
For you, a grown man, to wear a shirt that says vote like a black woman is like saying I don't want to be a man. I don't want to take responsibility and rise to the occasion. I want for the government to take care of me. That's what you're saying when you wear a shirt that says vote like a black woman, who doesn't feel protected, who doesn't feel like her man can take care of her and of the family. That's what you are saying when you say vote like a black woman, the nerve of you.
I don't have anything else to say.
See? And this is what I was talking about the other day on that Nicki video about the Alpha Phi Alpha. These dudes are gay, dog. He was talking about Roland Martin. Roland Martin wearing a shirt that says vote like a black woman. What bitch-made man would say some faggot shit like that? You have never seen women advocate for men like that. Oh, listen to your man. Obey your man. You don't never see them doing that. So why would a man fathom some shit like that? Because that's not a man. That's a reach around. That's a dude who sucks dick. Motherfucking Alpha Phi Alpha or whatever fraternity he's from, that's a faggot. I know the language is harsh, but it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? No more pretty talk, no more cute shit, because this is why the black race is ruined. Now, look, he told you, he's like, nigga, the reason that the black people are so fucked up is because they're being led by women. Women don't lead. Then he went to the Bible. He's like, it says that the youth will run rapid. Okay, most of black gangs, I'm not gonna lie, are punk ass kids that need they snot nosed ass whooped. All the guns need to be like took through the night, and they need to be woken up with a belt, punched all in their mouth, all different types of shit. These is disrespectful, dirty, booty ass people. Like, what the fuck? Better yet, not people. These are children. But these ain't no little kids. No, these teenagers, rebellious little punks, like the one that just went to that foster home and got his ass whooped, because them foster kids are really like without parents. And they know your bitch ass got parents, and you just a selfish piece of shit that don't want to listen. So they fucked you up. Now you out there begging, oh, mama, help me, mama. No. This is what you need. Just like those gang members. Oh, well, they didn't ask to be in, this situation, so we're going to terrorize the whole world. Nah, lock them all up. Lock up the kids and the parents. Y'all don't deserve to be in society, and we'll just try again. And people be like, oh, that's wrong. No, it's not wrong. It's the woman is going to do what the fuck she's told. She's going to stop looking for athletes and gang members, and she's going to fuck the nerds. You have to do the process of the process. You have to do it. I have the only group on earth that refuses to do the right thing but want to complain about everything. But you're not doing what the fuck you need to do. You cannot sleep with a bunch of irresponsible men, make a bunch of broken homes, never get married, and think you have intellect, think you have light, think you have wisdom to help the world. That's why we're not going anywhere. That's why we're going in circles. You got the boule, which is supposed to be the smart blacks, who are really the real Sambo Coon sellout bitch made motherfuckers. Then you got the conscious community blacks, who are swindlers, and most of them are ex-convicts anyway. So it's like, these are just criminals. These are just criminals doing the same thing that the white man was doing with the buttermilk Jesus. They just making money off your dopamine ignorance because you high on that bullshit. Young Pharaoh was doing it all the time. He can put so many calculations together, but he can never put it in his hand and make real science. He can just talk it. Why? Because it's just intellectual masturbation. It's just a bunch of gerbil. It's just blabber. That's all it is. My people love that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then there's the blacks who are waking up, and they still, they still cripping in blood, and they still sell drugs, and they still got their tough stuff, but no, they fuck with Trump though. And everybody's like, oh, that's a sellout. No, how are they a sellout if they still gangster? They'll still beat your ass. They will literally still whoop your ass. Ain't nothing changed. They just politically different. They thinking different. That's all, and that comes with time. Let me see. Oh yeah, check this one out.
Like, you know what? Right? Unless you're ladies that you don't want to fucking deal with that at all, then we should talk. If you don't want to deal with black men at all,
We're all men and not black men. Just not black men.
well, is there any women in here who don't want to deal with men, period, or is it just black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in these corrections that you speak of.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force. That's something that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see?
Well, we believe that there is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But
this is insane to me. I can't even fathom what I'm like. This is worse than what I thought it was. This is not just disagreements or they're done. This is crazy because these are the same women who don't want any accountability themselves. You don't want anybody to hold you accountable for your actions, but you want white men to hold black men accountable for what? It's basically saying, get them in check, control them, force them to do what? Baby, I've heard it all. I've heard it all. I can't. This is crazy. But there's more. Let's continue.
And for me, I think I want the coddling culture to kind of stop. I think they get validated a little bit too much and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like, the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does. They're seen as the ultimate, like, most oppressed. And I think that coddling culture needs to stop and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
What actions do they need to be held accountable for that they're not already being held accountable for? Because, I mean, last time I checked, if a black man commits a crime, he's going to jail. Hasn't he been held accountable? What is it that he's not being held accountable for? Or is it the fact that y'all are not getting y'all way and y'all pissed about it and you just don't care what happens to black men? Mind blown.
I don't think it's that they're mad they're not getting their way. I know that's not it. I believe, it's just a part of the game. It's like from the source of information that they're taking in is the results that they're going to get. And, if you're not building with your people properly and you're purposely going for schemers and scammers and manipulators and abusers, and then you get abused and then you try to, patent that, around all black men, well then, motherfucker, that's called cursing yourself. Like, I can't go around nothing but racist whites and then conclude that all whites are racist. No, you're purposely putting yourself around these particular type. You know what I'm saying? You can't go around stinky people and say all people stink. No, you're purposely putting yourself around stinky people. So black women that want black men in check, the black man don't need to be checked at all. He still goes to work. He's still doing the touchdown, dunking the ball. He's still doing all that he's doing. You are the only race of women that for some reason, and you have the most down low men too. You be for some reason getting with the most faggots. It's like you are the only woman on earth who refuses to acknowledge the fact that life is not easy. There is no shortcut, and you have to do it the right way. You keep choosing fuck offs, which makes you a fuck off. That's why y'all came up with this word, fuck nigga. Yes, who fucks these fuck niggas? Her fuck ass. That's who does it. So, before black women complain about black men, why don't you try dating one of them? You've never dated a black man. You date criminals. That's not a man. Oh, this one's interesting.
They are basic. All women today are basically prostitutes. Even if you're married, you're in a way. I don't think most women are into sex. They're into what sex can bring them, which is the money, all the fun trips, the surgeries, the makeup, the clothes, everything they can put on the gram. They're in it to satisfy your itch so they can get what they want. But in the end, they don't want to have it. They want to get the marriage bill, pop out the child so they can get the bag secured, and then they're retired.
Which means they're of the devil. That's why I keep saying that about women. Women are of the devil. They're too materialistic. materialistic. They're too vain. They think that their rotting flesh means that they're allowed to manipulate and do people wrong this one time on earth. This is why they suffer very horrific deaths. Get beat to death, strangled to death, raped to death. It's like, this is why they go through some of the most horrific deaths. Because your energy, you're bringing it on yourself. You have a demon in you, and you're not getting your proper, teaching so that you can get rid of that demon. That's why you obey the man. Because to be honest, a man who truthfully loves a woman, he's not going to do her wrong. She's not going to fall. She's not going to hurt. He's going to be there for her emotionally, financially, all that different stuff. He'll give his last dollar for her. So it's like, if she truthfully talks to a man and doesn't value money and doesn't value attention, and she goes for the right, she'll be treated great. I'm pretty sure she'll have a wonderful life, but she has to want it, and she has to trust the process, but I guess, thousands of years of information and building and, cities and all that. I guess it just goes for nothing with this meathead. She continues to use male products, but she doesn't respect men. She's weird. Like, you're kind of like a leech, a loser. Here's another one. This is interesting.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
We should reduce voting age to 16.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
We should reduce voting age to 16.
So she knows that youngsters are stupid, but she wants to go lower with the voting age. That's special need. All right.
They arrest children. They arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours, detain them, deprive them of their liberty, no matter how long. You are fine with that.
They didn't arrest children, but
I didn't say they arrested them. They put them in.
That's what she just said. That's literally what she just said.
I don't believe they arrest children. They arrest They arrest children. They arrest. They arrest children. They arrest everyone, citizens and non-citizens, for hours, detain them, deprive them of their liberty, no matter how long. You are fine with that.
They didn't arrest children, but
I didn't say they arrested them. They put them in.
See, that's scary. That's scary when a person is pushing a narrative that they don't even fucking hear themselves pushing. They don't even hear what they're saying. That's how you know these people took all the jabs. They took all the boosters, and they even ate some of Joe Biden's ice cream. We can tell. We can tell. That was Abby from CNN, but it's like, we can tell. Democrats are so used to lying. You know what I'm saying? They're so used to manipulating and making up shit that they don't even hear their own lies. Like they say, if you tell a lie, you're going to have to tell another lie, because you're going to have to keep the lie alive. So you got to keep lying. And when you keep lying, you're going to start slipping off the tongue. You're going to start just randomly saying fuck off shit, because you're a liar. You just be lying. So you start off with they arrest children. Then he says they didn't arrest any kids. You're like, oh, no, I never said that. No, we literally heard you just say it. See, that's how much you lie. You lie so much you don't even hear yourself. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. This is a good one.
Project today as a legislature. Whatever happened to Project 2025? Remember that? You know, that fear campaign that liberal Democrats were spreading through the leftist media most of 2024? You know, it was that top secret agenda that Donald Trump was going to implement as soon as he got into office. You know, taking everybody's rights away, starting World War III, and just outright destroying America. At least that's what the mainstream leftist media was saying. But we do know that Democrats love to project. But isn't it strange that they just stopped talking about it? Right. It's almost like it was a fake, made-up narrative that was constructed by the liberal left in order to make you fearful of voting for the orange man again. But it's strange that now that Trump is the president again and doing a damn good job at it, but why is it that he has not yet implemented anything in this secret agenda to destroy America? You know, Democrats did say once he got into office, that was his number one goal. But since taking office, all he's been doing is fixing the economy, brokering peace deals, stopping wars, you know, all the stuff that he said he would do during the campaign. But it's like liberals just dropped the whole Project 2025 propaganda campaign. It kind of reminds me of when Trump said he was going to investigate the funders of the No Kings protest. All of a sudden, overnight, the rioting ceased. Kind of strange, huh?
I don't think it's strange. I just think, you know, we gotta be honest with ourselves. These people are clowns. You know, these people are clowns, and it's showing itself. You know, it shows itself. But I'm just a smart guy, so you know, I've never really had to go so far with stressing off of, you know, the media and all that different stuff. Because it's like, man, once you're well learned and you've studied enough, it's easy to debunk a lot of crap that, you know, what Andrew Tate call it, the Matrix, what they have to say. Oh, that's another thing. I guess that's why he got his ass whooped, right? The Matrix.
The Stallion.
No. I'll do something better than that.
They stole that election in 2020. They gave us a goddamn COVID so we'd send in those mail order ballots and all that bullshit, and the post office cheated too. Everybody in this country cheated us out of our president in 2020. They made us sick. I'm sorry.
Go, baby.
They overthrew the United States of America. They overthrew the constitutional republic of the United States of America.
I mean, can we say she's lying? Now that you think back, you have Fauci saying Trump is going to deal with a pandemic. The pandemic happens. This is the 2020 election. And in 2019, you literally have the Virgin Island representative on text with Jeffrey Epstein. They did steal that election. They, like, all the way down to fucking Fannie Willis when she was taking the money and doing all the dirt that she was doing. Then all of a sudden now they're the dirty ones, but she was involved with their dirtiness. So if they're dirty, you're dirty too because you know what you were doing. So yeah, this whole thing was set up. I don't think any of us can really argue that. Excuse me. No, we already know the Ken's own thing.
Dudes and women have the same personality traits.
Hood dudes and women have the same personality traits.
Dudes and women have the same personality traits. Hood dudes and women are both overly emotional. Hood dudes and women make horrible father figures. Hood dudes and women both need a real man in their life. Same mindset, different gender. You can't convince me that hood culture is not some type of government experiment. So why do women always want hood dudes? Because they can relate to each other. Dude.
That's crazy, but very true. Which means the hood dude is an undeveloped man and the woman is the undeveloped human. You know what I'm saying? She's a very emotional, immature, childlike human. And she gets along with the one that wants to play in the streets all day. Remember, it's the street. It's nothing but to walk on. It's just transitioning from one place to another, A to B. That's it. That's all the streets is. These people want to wallow on it. And she's intrigued by it. This is the people that are coming together to make children. And then you wonder why there's so much crime. They're not practicing any parenting skills. They're not practicing any manhood, womanhood skills. They're practicing emotionalism and BS. That's what they're doing. Okay, so the kids become emotional and full of bullshit. Back in different generations, kids by 18 had a house, had a career already. These kids don't have anything. And they have smartphones. And they have all this technology. It's like, that's telling you something. That's called downgrading. That's not upgrading. That's not evolving. That's not. It's getting worse. It's because them two are not supposed to be talking to each other, period. Hood dudes are not even supposed to be sharing that sperm at all. They're supposed to die off. You're not a man. You're not equipped to help function, a community, a society, a nation. Like, nigga, you're just damaged goods. You're good for nothing. We don't blame women for that because a retarded woman can get pregnant and make a perfectly fine child. That's why women don't understand. You being smart doesn't really benefit anything. It doesn't benefit the earth, women being smart. They don't. Because it doesn't matter. Motherfucker, it's not your live sperm anyway. You're not the living sperm. You're not swimming around. You have this dead egg. He has to bring it to life. Otherwise, you bleed it out because it's just a dead egg. It's why, like, I always tell women, if you really don't have much purpose here. Without the man, you really don't have no purpose at all. Man has purpose whether a woman was here or not. He still has to build. He still has to, domesticate the animals. Like women love animals. They love animals. Like animals are your friend naturally. They're not. You'd have to literally steal that egg and grow it up from birth for it to look at you as its mom. But other than that, nigga, no. Motherfuckers is wild animals. They will eat you. So it's like nothing would function right. Man had to make things to, obtain the elements. Women love the light. They do. They love the light. They love swimming pool. They love all the different stuff that man makes. Like I said, man can go on without woman. He doesn't want to. He genuinely likes her. You know what I'm saying? She just likes what man does. She worships the creation, not the creator. She's of the devil. It's sad because, you would think she'd be wiser than that by now. But no, same. I guess she's just always gonna be a fool. Or Earth, it is what it is. Hold on. Let me see another one. I know I got something good. Let me see.
Why didn't the Biden administration release those files?
I watched this video so you don't have to. She said nothing. Literally nothing. But if you want to watch it, here it is.
To give you an answer that will not satisfy your curiosity, I will tell you, we, perhaps to our damage, but we strongly and rightly believed that there should be an absolute separation between what we wanted as an administration and what the Department of Justice did. We absolutely adhered to that, and it was right to do that. The Justice Department would make its decisions independent of any political or personal vendetta or concern that we may have. And that's the way it worked.
What are you saying? What does that even mean? My God, thank God she's not president.
I mean, y'all kind of already admitted that it would have made your campaign look salty, so y'all just didn't want nothing to do it. I think that's the same reason Obama never touched it. First, supposed black president, they just try to wash it away. Okay, so then why, when Trump's in office, why y'all bringing it up? Y'all had it for too long. Clearly, y'all don't give a damn about no kids, no victims, no nothing. Y'all just y'all trying to use shit as leverage. It's just not working anymore because ain't nobody stupid. Well, at least people on this side ain't stupid. There are a lot of fools out there. Oh yeah, this pissed me off. Yeah, let's listen to this real quick. This was the what?
I saw the Diddy documentary. Here's what I'm gonna say about the Diddy documentary. And I have no problem with black people holding black people accountable. I'm having a problem with black people needing to expose black people that in-depthly. Yeah. But you never expose white people who do things to black people. The Roman Catholic Church has taken advantage of way more children than R. Kelly allegedly did. Right. Are you following me? I'm following you. Jeffrey Epstein has taken advantage of way more women than Sean Combs allegedly did. But where is the documentary on Epstein by black people? Where's the documentary on the Roman Catholic Church excesses on black people? You see what I'm saying? So to me, the 50 Cent documentary, again, respect the 50, no issues there. It is an example of self-hatred disguised as community service.
Umar Johnson is retarded. He's a special needs person. He really is. It doesn't make any sense. The problem with what Umar is saying is, for one nigga, why haven't you done it? That's first. You didn't talk well over 15, 20 years about Africa and, you know, slavery and all that different stuff. Okay, so you could have been brought up the Catholic Church. You could have done that. The Jeffrey Epstein thing, you could have made a documentary about that. What, you scared, boy? So you want other people that are black to touch on subjects that you don't even touch on. You ain't even made a documentary about that or made a lecture about that. You ain't even done it. So it's up to 50, who's a rapper, to not expose the trifling stuff in his arena, in his lane, you know, where he's credible, you know, because credibility, I guess it's supposed to be something, but he's in his own lane. And you think he should step out of it and go into the Catholic Church, which he has no studies on. He's never said he's like, you know, got his Catholic doctorate. Like he never said that. You want him to get into Epstein, which is like shit. Epstein, dude, by the time 50 comes up, Epstein's career is over. Like 50 wouldn't even know Epstein. Epstein, look at all the people around Epstein. When you think about the people we're talking about, you know, y'all bringing up Jay-Z, even though he did go to St. James, and so did R. Kelly. So I'm not saying that, but y'all bringing up the type of people. No, you supposed to be bringing up people like Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Diana Ross. Is like, look at these old people. Like, bro, he's been in the game for a long time. We're talking about stuff since the 90s. Epstein wasn't no spring chicken. So Epstein's situation is going to be wrapped around typically a bunch of people that are old. Not saying you ain't got Stacey Plaskett around and a couple other people, but for the most part, all his stuff is old. 50 Cent comes out like 2003. Bro, there was like 3 more years of Epstein. You just got popped. So I don't see him having some facts about that and doing a Jeffrey Epstein documentary. But I just feel Umar was stupid for saying that, because Benzino was saying the same kind of dumb shit too. And I'm like, who's going to hold a black man accountable in the industry or the mainstream besides another black man in the industry in the mainstream, bro? That's who would have to do it. So I don't see nothing wrong with 50 Cent doing what he did. Then at the same time, nigga, how y'all like clout holding for Diddy anymore? How are you clout holding for him, period? We already know that if, you know, you don't want to say he killed Pac, he damn sure had Biggie killed. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, because Biggie shouldn't have been out in California. That shit was too fucking fresh. And then just listen to the skit on going back to California. It's like, nigga, you can tell Biggie didn't want to fucking, he was kind of like questionable about going.
Atlanta is not the black mecca of
he wasn't trying to really go. Let me see. He wasn't trying to go.
Wednesday. One more thing
I done been told people that he wasn't trying to do that shit. He was not trying to do that shit. Like going to Cali, like just listen to it. Just listen to it. You'll be like, nah, he really don't sound thrilled about going, but whatever. Never made it back. Never made it back. So, you know, just collecting some stuff, man. Just wanted to, put some random information out there. Let me see if I can find one more. Hold on.
It was fucking horrible for black people, bro, because they're not even the ones running their own movement. How are you going to be sitting here fighting for civil rights and other niggas are fighting it for you? They're literally doing this shit for you. Even Malcolm X himself is like, why are we letting Jews run our economies and run our politics and media in the black fucking community? It should be for us and by us. This is our fucking movement. These are the same Jews that brought us here as fucking slaves. If they're the ones running this movement for us, they're just using it as a way to exploit us, which they have been and which they continue to do to this fucking day through the rap industry. So you look at this kind of shit and you realize, like, what the fuck is going on? They should have never been a part of the civil rights movement. If black people wanted civil rights, that's fine, but it should have been for them and run by them only. When you got the Jewish handprints all over the shit, you create this situation where black people aren't even fighting for themselves anymore. They're just getting used and abused just like they were during the slave trade. Nah, it was fucking.
And here's the funny thing. That's the last one. Here's the funny thing. People are always talking about the rap industry, nigga. I call it Jewish contracts for a reason. That's the same with the sports industry. The white dude's not running it. The Jews running it. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the clothing lines, the hats, the memorabilia, all that different stuff. Like you said, why were the Jews involved in the civil rights movement, period? Well, we know they're dirty. The dude, Martin Luther King, where he gets shot in the head, he said, I think I brought y'all to a burning building. Okay, he's the one who gets the award from Jacob Rothschild. Okay, everybody to this day, they're oh God, the Rothschilds. Oh, Jacob, so evil. Okay, so why are you listening to a nigga who got an award from Jacob Rothschild? And then what award was it? It was the Margaret Sanger Award. So he literally awards you with what we're about to come out with in the next decade, which is Planned Parenthood, the abortion clinic. We're going to put them all in your neighborhood to kill your kids. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, now that there's no more segregation, now I'm going to get you on these Jewish contracts. I'm going to get you in this baseball field. I'm going to get you in this football field. I'm going to get you in this basketball field. I'm going to rob you blind. Then after that, nigga, the Hollywood is about to fall off, nigga. I'm gonna put you in this thing called blaxploitation. You gonna save Hollywood, but at the same time, you gonna be a jive sucker. You gonna start pimping your women. You gonna start promoting alcohol and drugs. You gonna start selling drugs. You gonna start shooting your people. You gonna join gangs. It's like all that shit, nigga. The Small Hat did to us, like all of it. If you really, really follow the fucking breadcrumbs, nigga, it was Small Hat the whole run. The whole run, but we'll never like rise up past them until we get rid of these Greek letter niggas because they're so dumb that they can't see it. They can't see what the fuck I just explained to you. What the other dude just said. It's like, nigga, why do you think it's able to be said? Because that's what happened. But everybody's playing stupid, or everybody is stupid, better yet. Makes sense. Took the jab, took all the boozers, ate Joe Biden ice cream. I get it. He touching kids. They trafficking all these different people. None of them had IDs. It's like kids were missing. Nobody knows where they are. Still, nobody knows where these people are. It's like you got random old white women getting hit in the head in Seattle and shit with like 2x4s with needles sticking out of them. Motherfucker hit that old lady right in the eye. And it's like the white devil cops just walked around like, oh, Albie again? Yeah, he's normally hitting people up and down 30. What do you mean this is a normal thing? Why is this motherfucker not under the jail? Because white Democrat liberals are of the devil. They don't care about their own people. They'll bend, break, twist, soften up the law to just let chaos around and claim that they care about humanity, but it's unruly in society. Why do you think we made the prison system? Why do you think we separate the lawless from the lawful? Why do you think we do that? Christ himself, separated the goat from the sheep. And it's like these idiots just got the goats all around the sheep, just hurting the innocent and shit. And it's like they rather argue with Nicki Minaj for fucking caring about people. But no, you're caring about the wrong people. You should be caring about the fags that we're trying to make out of children, indoctrinating them with sex instead of education. We're going to act like we really care about people, but we're stunting their growth. We're clipping their hormones like we're doing a bunch of sick shit. The arts reveal themselves. You're a wicked person. And it's like, yo, we just should be more observative, you know. Trump was really what America needed. It needed like a revealing. It needed, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with people in America. It's like they were blind or something. Y'all need to look around and see how y'all are ending the year. Inflation is down. Gas prices are really low. The GDP actually came through pretty decent. We thought we was only going to be up like 3.2. We're actually up 4.3. So we made in a lot of cash return. And if we really see that $18 trillion turnaround from Trump, everybody's going to have to be silent. Like, we could never listen to the Democrat liberals ever again. We could never listen to them ever again because we seen Nancy Pelosi take us to the bank. We seen Ilhan Omar, who might be illegal. She wasn't even supposed to be in the Senate, bro. Like, this might be some real treason shit. She might be looking at prison time. We seen her cash out. We seen these people make stupid money that they shouldn't have because they don't even do good work. How you guys getting paid to suck? It's very interesting. You know, trying to say Trump and Bill Clinton had something going on. No. We don't go from two known like adulterers. We ain't gonna talk about kids. No, these motherfuckers are known to get around. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump was known to have women. So we're not gonna play that fag shit. No. One's just a pedo, and one was hanging with a pedo until he found out he was one. He got the fuck away from him. But the gay thing, why would a case about children touching turn into homosexuality about two grown-ass men? Who would do that? A devil. That's how they work. That's how you know who it is, because their agenda is always around it. The homo stuff's always around. That's how you know. Yeah, the devil in the house. But anyway, I say all that to say, yo, man, stay tuned, man. And you know, if you look out your window at night, you see the glistening star. It might be Santa on your roof. No, I'm fucking with you. I hope everybody got home safe, though. You know, I hope everybody gets home safe to their people, and I hope everybody has a good, safe day tomorrow. Next year, we kicking ass, man. The country, the brains, the physical, we're kicking ass next year, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything's got to change for the better, because the playing field is starting to look real nice out there. Real nice. Goes.